rock and roll trucker.
This is the Rock and Roll Trucker. We're knocking out miles, we're eating good, we're rocking and rolling and having a good time. Come along for a ride. Let's see where we can go today.
Hello, y'all. It is later in the day. I'm starting this video off significantly late. We've been busy this morning, busy. We've dropped one off and we're pulling out of Coca-Cola with a literal 45,000 pound load in the box. 45,054 pounds. They just keep pushing the boundaries of decency here. I'm pulling up to the guard shack here. They're gonna check me out, get me done here, and we'll be pulling down the road. We're going to Montgomery, Alabama. I feel like y'all have been there with me before, haven't you? I believe you have. Let's see here. Here they come. Right. They're going to check the seal. It's going to be correct, and we're going to roll out of here and hope for the best on these tires with this heavy load here. They're pushing it all the way to the limits there. We got a full load for sure. We've got this load. It's going to be a drop. It doesn't it's not scheduled until after midnight. It's an all-day drop on the 5th, but I'm told they will take it today anytime. In my experience, that is mostly true there in Montgomery. Last time I came in that early, they said something about it, but they went ahead and took it based on us driving under the Great White banner. I guess Great White's a pretty big business with them, so that helped having that carrier on the side of my truck. We're about to roll. We're gonna get on out of here, out of this here Chattanooga land, head back for Montgomery, of which we just came from yesterday. We left there, dropped one, and then went to Selma, Alabama, to an international paper meal, which I hope they do not send me back to today, because I just do not enjoy anything about international paper loads. I don't like getting to them. I don't like this one has a pain in the ass process to get in and out. I had to sit in line behind a whole bunch of other trucks getting in. They usually take too long to get you loaded up. They weren't horrendous on the actual load time yesterday. It was the getting in to get loaded that was the problem yesterday. Not a very efficient system at the gate. We got it done, but then it was a very slow ride back out on the back roads trying to get back to the interstate, and just a pain in the butt. We got it delivered this morning. We were in an awkward, precarious position with our hours. At delivery time this morning, our brake still wasn't up, so we had to get our brake and then personal convey out of there down the road and sit for a few minutes and let our brake run out so we could get up here to Coca-Cola. We showed up at Coca-Cola about 10 minutes late, but they did not give us any crap, and they took us right in and put us in a door. Well, I was going to turn right there, but somebody's coming down the way. I'm just going to go over here and sit here and do the miserable thing and try and turn out without a light here. Dang it. I hate doing that up here, and I was going to do the more sensible thing and go the block around and grab the light there, but somebody spoiled my party right there. We'll see what happens here. Maybe we're at a good time of the day where it's not going to matter, but I highly doubt it. And I am so far correct in my assumption here. I could turn right and go way out of the way to get back to the interstate, but I don't want to go way out of the way. I'm just going to sit here and hope that light turns red down there at the other end. And sometimes the light way down there, it's about a half mile down, it helps you out, but then you get all the cars that float. I don't know, it's very frustrating dealing with the general public and their driving and traffic habits anymore. It's really, nobody does anything sensible, everybody's always in a hurry until they're in your way too. It's a bizarre thing. Everybody's 90 to nothing driving all the time until you need them to get the hell out of your way, and then all of a sudden they don't know where the accelerator pedal is. Fuck. Man, that guy just about screwed me over big time right there. can't count on the general public to ever really do anything that aids in a safe exit from a street like that. That guy really kind of boogered me up there, but it is what it is. We're on the road. We're moving. We're moving. They haven't sent me my follow-up load yet, so I don't know what I'm doing. Debating on stopping and grabbing a quick shower down here in Rising Fawn, Georgia. I would like to get myself cleaned up. I don't really want to kill the time, but I do want to be clean. Yeah. So fresh and so clean. We got to get our outcast on, right? I'm going to get off here and drive. We started this late. I didn't give you a greeting, good morning, little preamble at the beginning of this video. We're just jumping straight into the day. We've got a lot of heavy stuff on, but we know where we're going. We got a clear path to get there, and we may stop and get cleaned up, and then we'll get back with you. Y'all hang out and be good till I get back. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you get a moment. While you're killing time, go through and watch some of my little shorts. I've had some pretty successful little shorts clips on here that I think are kind of funny. Some other people think they're kind of funny, and I hope you do too if you've never looked at them. Kill some time with that until I get back. And I'll be back shortly. Y'all be good. Yeehaw, yeehaw. We're rolling, we're rolling. Let's point that a little bit that way. Yeehaw, yeehaw, we're rolling. We stopped at Rising Fawn and got us a shower. Got us a Subway sandwich. And we're rolling, rolling, rolling. 59 south headed towards Birmingham. We'll hop on the 459, take it over to 65 south and get on down to Montgomery to the Coca-Cola plant and see if they'll let us drop this early again like usual. That is the plan. And after that, they gave me another load. Another heavy one. Another paper mill out in the middle of nowhere. It's not the same one from yesterday, but it's equally out in the middle of nowhere. So I got to go deal with another international paper and then take it across to Griffin, Georgia for tomorrow to another international paper. Woo! I can't wait. My disdain for the city of Atlanta is well documented on these videos. I have essentially the same opinion of paper mills as I do Atlanta. Don't like them. Don't like to deal with them. Don't want to be anywhere near them. I never have great experiences at paper mills. They never give a shit about anybody's time. Pardon my French there. It just popped out. But it's real life. It's real language. It is what it is. Y'all are all adults. You've heard that word before. But they don't care about anybody's time. They just, I don't know. They never seem to be well run. They never seem to be well organized. And you never seem to get in and out of them in what should be the optimal, reasonable amount of time for what they're doing. It is what it is. This time of the day, I can't really turn it down and get anything much better. Man, so it's so time consuming. It's time consuming just even getting to them. When you've got an empty trailer, then you get loaded up and you're all heavy. And man, the long, slow routes in are even longer and slower going out. They get real picky about the trailers sometimes, man. Some of them aren't too bad than other ones. If you don't get in there and get every single speck of dust off the floor, they fuss. And any of you that have driven trucks know you pretty much can never get every speck of dust off of a 53-foot dry box trailer once it's been used a few times. But I digress. We will do what we have to do to get our revenue this week. That's another thing. They usually don't pay that great. Like, that's not the worst paying thing in the world, but man, it ain't setting the world on fire or anything for the amount of trouble you have to go through for it. You factor the deadhead in, and then you factor just the unnecessarily long time that it takes to get in and out of these places. It's not worth it. It's wear and tear on the truck. I can't think of a lot of good points about going in and out of the paper mills. I really can't. Especially when you're live loading and your company doesn't have trailers and have it set up as a drop and hook situation. It stinks even worse then. And speaking of stink, they literally don't smell good. So I don't know if you've ever been to or near a paper mill, but they have a very unique accent in the air, if you will. It's kind of a, yeah. go, but we're rolling. We're rolling. It'll be later getting in and later getting out of that paper mill today than it was yesterday. I'm really excited about that. We'll do what we got to do. We'll do what we got to do. Just the goal is to always get through the week and get back home. And I'm still experimenting with going home every weekend right now, as opposed to every 2 weeks. And so far, there doesn't seem to be a huge difference in the money. It's not great either way. And this way, it's pretty comparable to what it was every 2 weeks, and I'm getting to see my home every weekend. So I'm going to stick with that for a little while until it falls through. I'm going to drive, come down the road, let the half of my Subway sandwich that I ate digest and settle in and keep me energized, and I'll get back with y'all here in a little while. Y'all hang out and be good till then. Howdy ho, everybody. We are right in and around Montgomery, Alabama now. We're just a couple of miles from where we need to be over here at the Coca plant. We're going to get over there and see if they're going to let us drop this one early again. It's not due till it's an all-day appointment for the 5th, starting at 1 minute after midnight or whatever. Open appointment, but they should let me drop it here in just a few short minutes when I get there. We got to get over here to exit 167 and get off. And I already told you about after that we're going to do another stinking paper mill run. But they have also already lined me up for my next one. After that, I'll be immediately going from that paper mill to Buford, Georgia, and going from there to Morrison, Tennessee, and we'll be most likely going home from there. That one's due Friday. We have an open appointment on that, so we got our next couple of trips, next couple of days lined up. Not great loads, not great paying loads, but they are positive revenue drawing loads nonetheless. Not perfect, not ideal, but not horrible to still get home on the weekend. I personally think it could still be a little bit better, but it's going to end up, unless something goes awry with these loads, be salvaging together a little bit better than I thought we were going to, considering the short nature of all the loads I've run this week. So, not perfect, but definitely could have been worse. It's been salvageable. It's been very hectic, very busy, but we still are getting it done. And got us in a shower today and everything, so it's been manageable. It's definitely been hectic, but it's I've been under worse schedules before, I'll say that. I've run some pretty hectic stuff since I've been here. I ran some pretty hectic runs when I was over there at JRV too. That one time I went out to Salt Lake City stands out. That was one of the tightest runs I've ever made. I had like 2 consecutive days of cramming in over 700 miles on the E-logs here and just running wide open with nothing but just the bare minimum 30-minute break crammed in there. I remember we had poor old Dash with me on that run there, and it was about all his patience could handle too. We wore our we jointly wore both of ourselves out on that run that time, and then on the way back, Dash was it's not his favorite thing on earth to do it, especially not without Mama being in the truck, but we managed, and he was a faithful ride along, and he was a good buddy to me on that stuff. He hasn't been with me lately, and neither is Erin. And we're going to get her back out here soon and pretty up this camera view a little bit. She's a lot better to look at on the camera than I am, and Dash is a lot more fun on the camera than I am. So it's like I need my running partners out here to improve the cinematic value that I'm presenting to y'all, right? Don't you think? Yeah. Now, let me see. Here's our turn. Let's see how many years it takes us to get this left turn crammed in here onto Westport Boulevard. It's called Westport. Yeah, Westport. I can't remember got confused on the name of it here. I'll let y'all ride into the gates with me here if we can manage to ever find a free spot to make this turn. See if this pickup truck gets bold and brave and takes the first opportunity. I'm pretty heavy. I'm actually over 45,000 pounds right now, so I gotta have myself in motion and get some momentum going before I jump out in front of cars here. And it was not wanting to get up and take off in a hurry there. We made it. We didn't cause any problems, didn't cut anybody short. Wasn't close, no close calls, no harm, no fouls. It was a clean turn. Here we are on Westport Boulevard, and I'm going to take you right up to the guard shack with me here. And we'll cut it off and go do our drop and hook thing and see if we can find a trailer. Our company trailer pool is not the greatest thing on earth. They're not. I've had worse, don't get me wrong. I've been privy to way worse trailers. But they're not great. But so I got to go fishing for the best one we can find here, because we are going to a paper mill, and the paper mills are always picky on the trailer. So we want to take something in that's decent, less than 10 years old, and not trashed. I'll get my leaf blower and blow it out. But here we are. We're here at the Montgomery, Alabama Coca-Cola facility. This get ready to cut you off here, because this clip's getting a little long in the tooth here. We don't want to make these videos too long. No. We want them just right to keep people's attention span. But here we are, right here at the sign that says stop here, and that's what I'm going to do with the truck and with you guys. You all be good until I get back, and I'll see you in a little bit. What's up, y'all? You might just barely be able to see me. Turned on my sleeper light there to give a little bit of light there. It's gotten dark out here. Yeah, it has. We're over here in small town, Alabama. I don't even know what town this is considered now since I pulled out of the paper mill, but small town. We're passing through trying to take the long trek back from the paper mill over to the, get back to 85, so we can start heading towards Georgia there. Yeah, the paper mill, it was not awesome. This is not awesome getting to it or getting away from it here. It's just lots of long backwoods out in the middle of nowhere, dark and everything. Long route to get to it, but we got there. It really wasn't all that bad. They were fairly reasonably efficient. I've had way worse experiences at paper mills. It's just, as usual, it was frustrating to get to, and it's frustrating getting away from it here to get back out to the interstate, but we're going to do what we got to do. We got our appointment time for delivery moved back 2 hours tomorrow to noon instead of 2, because if it was a hard set 2 o'clock, that was going to end up interfering with getting to the next load after that. So had to get that moved around some. But I was sitting here, I got out here and I looked around and it was dark, and I was like, oh, I forgot to record anymore, y'all. I did. I just got my mind completely distracted by a million things, and now we're out here in the dark. So I'm not going to talk long, because it's not worth it if you can't see me, but you can hear me right now. You can see this dark road, but that's where I'm at. Backwoods, headed towards the interstate. Pretty good ways down the road, but we're going to get there, and I'll get back with y'all when I get parked so I can turn some lights on and talk to y'all. Y'all be good and hold it down until I get back. Well, hello. How y'all doing? What happens if I turn this light on? Does it get better? Look at that. A little bit better. We got some light this time. Last time I talked to you, it was pretty dark. We were on the back roads. We were actually pulling into a very, very tiny little town area at that point. And after that, it got super dark. You know, some of the darkest roads I've ever driven on, and I saw more deer than I've seen in years. They were just lurking within feet of the edge of the road. Just everywhere down through there for miles and miles. Man, that was a nerve-wracking drive getting out of there and back into civilized area there. But here we are. We're in Auburn, Alabama at Walmart. Parked up, hoping we don't get kicked out. They should be closing right about now, or a few minutes ago. So we'll be okay. There was other trucks parked here, so we'll be good at least until they open up in the morning. And then I think we can't pull out until an hour and a half or so, 2 hours after they open up. And then we'll boogie on over to Griffin, Georgia and get this load off, and then boogie over to Buford, Georgia and grab another cheap one. Yeah. And The rate per mile's okay, but there's hardly any mileage. Well, the rate per mile on that one's really not that great. I ain't gonna fib on that one. It's good. Had to take it, and I had to have something, and it'll keep me in position to get back home for the weekend. Yeah. Here we are, chilled out. We're in Walmart. I got me some chips and some dip. I'm a junkie for chips and dip, and I got my Sam's Choice dark chocolate made with oat milk. Delicious. It's one of my favorite little sweet treats. It's not really even sweet at all. It's got that nice dark chocolate flavor. Just eating some junk food. I had my dinner earlier. I didn't need to eat these snacks, but I'm eating these snacks. It is what it is. Yeah. We'll walk it off this weekend. Yeah. It was, I started recording the video late, and then it got late, and I recorded in the dark. It was a hectic day. I did a lot of driving today. And pretty worn out. I didn't see anything outlandish today. Nothing crazy. Nothing major to fuss about today, I don't guess. So, odd video for me. What are you not bitching about something? You're not bitching about something as you close it out? No. We're just trying to get this week over with. We're just chilling out. Got Netflix on, watching Suits. Been addicted to that show. I'm up about halfway or more through season 7. So, not a whole heck of a lot left of it. Another season or 2. I recommend that show highly. And I guess I'll recommend you some music. My stuff ran the gamut today. I was all over from the most extreme of like metal stuff today with a band called Mental Cruelty today. I jammed on that. I jammed on some Aerosmith and some Poison. And but after I got done with that super heavy metal, I needed something to flatten it out. I needed something to smooth back out with. And a lot of times Steely Dan does that for me. And I pulled up Steely Dan on my music app, and they had their newest release was a release of a live performance. It was live from the record plant, 1974. I believe it was like a radio performance or something like that with a small crowd. I don't know the ins and outs of it completely, but fantastic performance. 1974, the band was tight, and they were really, some of the tempos were pepped up some, and just amazing musicianship and vocals and stuff, man. Steely Dan, like Donald Fagen and Walter Becker, they knew how to write some songs, and they knew how to put the right musicians in place. That was really, really good stuff. That's my recommendation for today. Steely Dan live at the record plant from 1974. Pull that up. It's great stuff. It's a musician, it's a musician's clinic. Yeah, it's great stuff. Yeah, I recommend that. And for TV, Suits, just like I said. And if you're into the extreme metal, check out that band Mental Cruelty. It's intense. It's like symphonic blackened death metal, or symphonic deathened black metal. I don't know what you describe it. It checks off some boxes for me and pleases my ears. That's all I know. Well, I'm going to get off here and call this an evening, finish up my show, finish up my little snack here, and we'll get back to recording in the morning. We'll get over and do our drop and our pickup, and head on back towards Tennessee tomorrow. We're delivering in Morrison, Tennessee, Friday morning, but I'll definitely take y'all for the ride. So y'all sleep good, rest up, and well, if it's nighttime, or if you're on a weird shift that makes you sleep during the day, sleep good, rest up. And if you're not going to bed, have a good afternoon, good morning, good good night, whatever it is, wherever you're at, have a good one of those. And be good, whatever you're doing, be good or be good at it. And to continue with the quote of the all-timer fun Canadian show, Red Green. Pretty sure that was a Canadian show. Regardless, great underground show. Guys,
If the ladies can't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Took me a moment to spit it out. I was having a brain fart on my own thing there. But yeah, that's from good old Red Green. I'm going to go. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now. See you soon.